What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. If it is kind of hard to hear me, I'm sorry. It's like really windy out here right now. We had a pretty bad storm last night. There was actually a tropical storm, and it caused a tornado that hit not too far from here. And we're still getting a lot of it. It's still pretty windy out here, and I think it's about to rain again. But I, off camera yesterday, tested the go-kart and drove it around for a little bit. I got pretty far on it, but the hub ended up coming loose, so I had to pull it back and tighten it back up. And then I was gonna get it back on the road, but one of my front tires came off of the rim because they're still not aired up, and I just said screw it and drove it without any air in the tires. But I'm hoping the weather isn't too bad. I mean, looks like it's about to rain, but I hope it doesn't. I'm hoping the weather isn't too bad, because I'm really hoping to drive this today. Maybe out here, I'm not sure how the tires will do since they don't have any air in them. The go-kart did get wet last night because it did rain pretty hard last night. I'm kind of worried about how it's going to perform and if it'll even kick on, because I haven't even cranked it up yet today. I haven't even really touched it today. All I did was get it from over there to over here, and that's pretty much all I did, and I just pushed it. So we're gonna see how it does today. I'm hoping nothing too bad is gonna happen. My battery box is full of water. That shouldn't really cause any problems. Now that I think about it, I should probably drill some holes in that to make sure that no water sticks in there. I got the front light bar hooked up. I got the back light hooked up, and we're just gonna crank this up and see what happens. So I didn't want to actually drive in the grass because the tires are flat. So I'm gonna have to push it over onto the concrete, and then hopefully that works, because man, I'm really wanting to get this thing driving. It did actually end up spitting water out of the exhaust, so that's actually I'm kind of worried about that. But it did it last time I cranked it up, and it ran pretty good. It did end up shutting off on me because there was too much strain on the engine, so I guess it just shut off. I should probably turn the engine itself off. I'm gonna set my camera down again, and then we are going to push it out that way onto a flatter surface, and then again see where it goes from there. We're gonna go try this again, and hopefully we can get this thing running. I just really hope that I don't have to pull it back to the house like I did the last time, because that was That was a chore and a half to do. All right, so let me see. Where can I put my phone to crank this thing up? All right, so I'm probably gonna have to drive it through here and then out, oh, wrong way, out that way. And then, yeah. So we're gonna have to do that. I really hope this works. All right, engine is on. The engine is choked. And now time for the pull start. My pull cord is still like really long. I still haven't cut that and fixed it yet. I'm having the same problems as last time. The sprocket keeps coming loose. I don't know what to do. I ended up bending my steering wheel trying to get in this thing. I put some kind of like air in a can type crap in one of my tires to try to, why is it not focusing? Try to seal it up. It didn't work. Ended up oozing out of the tire. So now I've got that problem. All right, now I got this Allen wrench so I can fix the sprocket. All right, so obviously I didn't get the go-kart running. There's an ant on my phone. What was wrong with it? As you can tell, it's a different time of the day. I've been working literally all day on this thing. My hands are dirty. I'm dirty. I'm sweaty. I'm ready for a shower already. I'm just ready for this thing to get running already. I said ready so many times in one sentence. Battery box is still full of water, by the way. I actually just ripped the axle off. I took the chain off, took everything off of the rear. Right now the only thing sitting on there is the engine itself. I've come up with a plan to put the sprocket hub where it was originally when I first got this, and that's going to take a lot of work to do, and this is going to be a lot of editing in this video, a lot of editing. I was thinking the reason why it wasn't going was because of how flat the front tires are, and I replaced one of them because one of the tires was just bad. It was bad. Like, I would sit in this thing and it would just squish down. Like, the other tire doesn't do that for some odd reason. But it would just squish down, and so I replaced one of the front tires with a different tire that I had. It was pretty janky and it still wouldn't work. Hoping this new solution will fix all of my problems. And we'll just have to see where it goes from there. That was weird. That was freaky. I hope my camera picked that up. That was weird. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is get the tires off of the axle, get the bearings off of the axle, get the sprocket, and no, I'm gonna leave the brake on there. I'm just gonna tighten the brake up a little bit because it got loose. Alright, sprocket is off. Wheel is still leaking, but it's off. Now we're going to get this bearing here off. Just like so, and bang it back into place. Alright, and now sprocket. Alright, sprocket is on. I just don't think this is gonna work. And I do not recommend the method that I just used to get this thing on here, because that can damage the sprocket. Alright guys, so I managed to get the sprocket on the axle. Managed to get the tire back on the axle as well. Well, not really on there, but they're on there. This is what I was planning on doing. This is the sprocket here. This is where this sprocket used to be, which I ended up bolting this black sprocket here onto this one, and the hub is here, and there's a key there on the axle, and that's why I wanted to put the sprocket there. I still have to put the bearing back on there. Something fell, and that's not good. It's actually getting kind of late, so what I'm gonna do tomorrow is, because the sprocket doesn't line up with this hole here, this hole right here, which I'm gonna end up moving the engine over to here to where the shaft goes right above this hole, so that way I can get the chain in there and onto the sprocket, which I can't do right now because I'm gonna have to end up cutting this mounting plate right here. I'm going to have to cut that to where the sprocket is exposed, and I can get the clutch and chain positioned to where the sprocket is, because the sprocket will be about here in this area right here. So the chain will have to come in at an angle, of course, like it was before. It'll be pretty much in the same position it is now. It'll just be scooted over a little bit. I'm tired. I have been at this, I don't even know how long. Been at this a while. Well, since it's getting late, I'm gonna have to end this video here. Sorry about all the nonsense and all this crap and how I couldn't get the go-kart running for you guys today. I know I said I would get it running by this weekend, and it is the weekend and it's still not running. I'm like cursed or something. Like every time I say I'm gonna get it running by a certain day, something goes wrong. Just something goes wrong. I managed to get it running Thursday. I got it halfway down the road and then had to pull it back because the sprocket hub came loose, and it just wouldn't drive. And today I was trying to get it cranked up. It cranked up, and I sat in it and it wouldn't go. So that's what happened there. And then a couple hours later, tried to crank it up again with the different tire on it, and the engine just wouldn't crank. I don't know what happened. I don't know if water got in it or something, because it did end up raining, and I had it left outside, not in here covered, which is where I'm going to leave it for the night because it looks like it's going to rain again. So I'm going to leave it under here for the night. I'm gonna pick up all these tools and stuff. And then hopefully tomorrow I can get the mounting plate area thing cut to where I need it, which is going to be pretty difficult because it's some pretty thick metal, and the only thing I have is a Sawzall to cut that. I mean, I don't have a grinder. I wish I did. I'm gonna work on getting the water out of the ammo box, or not the ammo, the battery box too, so that way my batteries don't get messed up. Anyways, that will be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please stay tuned to the channel for updates and my Instagram. I do post updates on there, lots and lots of updates and behind the scenes and extras and stuff like that. Pretty much to catch you guys up on what I'm doing when I'm not filming, and all that goodies. Hope you guys enjoyed. like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next one.